nieces and nephews, welcome back to Auntie Nell's Kitchen. And to my new nieces and nephews, welcome to the family. First, let's get this housekeeping out the way. Okay, first I need to say thank you for all your love and support to me and my channel. I really appreciate it. Now, we are going to make Auntie's oven baked pork chops, okay, with Auntie's yellow rice. Yes, yellow rice with, yes, yellow rice from scratch, not the package, not the jar, the jug, the container. We're going to make it all from scratch, and it's not hard. It's simple, doesn't take a whole lot of time, and you can use whatever rice of your choice. Jasmine, Uncle Ben's, Success, whatever rice you have. Just make sure if you're using that bag rice like Mahatma or any other kind of rice that's in a, not Uncle Ben's, but if you're using like the bag, the rice that come like that little 1 pound bag or whatever, Mahatma or something, you got to definitely rinse that rice off really good till that water's like clear. It's not necessary to have a rice cooker, okay? You don't need a rice cooker. You can use what grandmama used, a pot, a saucepan, a boiler, whatever you want to use. Okay, so we're going to get started. Do a flip and a swip so we can make all this good food. Okay, to start the show, I have 5 pork chops. I did rinse them, and yes, Auntie's her baking soda and lemon juice, yes. And I did dry them off with paper towels, but you're gonna have, they still gonna look like they need a blood transfusion or they're donating blood. So I'm going to be using some cracked black pepper and garlic with sea salt seasoning. I'm going to be using some oregano, some paprika, not smoked, just regular paprika. Going to be using some thyme, some light extra virgin light olive oil spritzers. And I am going to take these and I'm going to get my seasonings in. Okay, so I'm going to get my seasonings in here because I want to get these before I can do that, I need to get these sprayed down with some olive oil so my herbs and spices will stick. And I want to toss them around, get them all nice and oiled down. Yum. Well, I don't eat, just because I don't eat it doesn't mean I won't fix it for other people. I'm eating chicken tortilla soup today from the can. That's what Mother's eating today. Auntie is eating chicken. It's this, Publix had this Old El Paso or whatever you call it, chicken tortilla soup, BOGO. So, I've been wanting to try it, and I wasn't going to try it at $5 a can. So, I'm going to get this in, so it's BOGO, so I bought 1 can. So, I want to get all my seasonings. I want to make sure I get this all incorporated. Going to get my thyme in. A little thyme. I've been trying to find me. I'm out of ground thyme, and I have been trying to find it, and I can't seem to find my ground, and I look like I'm just gonna have to order it. Put my paprika in. It's no measurements. It's no measurements on this. When it comes to seasoning your meat, you go for what you like. Okay, you don't. It's not necessary that you go according to a measure when it comes to flavoring your meat. Now, if you want to add a little liquid smoke in here, I would suggest what liquid smoke goes well with this is I only use one kind of liquid smoke. When you come to getting liquid smoke, I only use Rice Brother, because if your ingredients on your liquid smoke says molasses, corn syrup, that's not liquid smoke. Liquid smoke should only say smoking water. And this is hickory, which is best on pork. And so, I'm going to get these all good and I'm not adding liquid smoke to this though. Okay, I have my pan here. Okay. Gonna spray it a little because I don't want it to stick. And I will be putting a little bit of water down in the bottom of this. I'm gonna put my chop. I did trim them at that bone part. I did trim them. Just put that one down right there. And like I said, this is 5 pork chops. This is 5. And my little preemie. It's gonna go right here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a little water in here because I do not want them to stick. I want them to remain moist, and they will be cooked covered. And they're gonna cook for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. And then once, at about 45 minutes, I'm gonna take the cover off and cook them uncovered. And a little housekeeping. I'm not gonna waste one of my tops. I'm gonna cover this in some foil. And I already got my oven preheated. It's really at 400. So these are thin. They're not gonna dry out. Don't worry about that. So these are really gonna cook for about 1 hour because it's at 400. If it's at 350, you go at 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay. So we're gonna get started. Put these in the oven. We're gonna start on our yellow rice. Family meeting, do not punch holes in your foil. Do not vent your foil. You don't have to do that. I forgot to put in my oregano. So what I'm going to do when I unfoil it, take the foil off, I'm going to sprinkle my oregano on top then, and then put it back into the oven for the last like 15-20 minutes, so it'll be just fine. So it's okay. Remember what I always say, you can't remove, but you can add. Okay, now we are going to move on to our yellow rice. Okay, so what we have, let me get my stove, but I'm gonna tell you what I need. This is a teaspoon of minced garlic. Be quiet, Dusty. No one told you to go upstairs. You know you can't come down by yourself. You better stop that. Okay, sorry guys for this interruption. Okay, 1 teaspoon of garlic, and I have some olive oil in here. I have a half of a diced green pepper, red pepper, orange pepper, and a red onion. I prefer the red onion as opposed to the yellow onion because I think the red onion does have more purple onion, red onion, purple onion, whatever you like to call it. Because I think it has more flavor. To me, it just makes it more prettier. 2 bay leaves. 2 bay leaves. You need 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric. That's what's going to give it that beautiful yellow color. 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper. 1 teaspoon of thyme. Now, if you have ground thyme, you can use that. If you have dried thyme, you can use that. And this is I prefer the ground chicken bouillon. I prefer that because in opposed to a bouillon cube, I prefer this. 1 cup of water. 2 cups of chicken broth. 2 cups of rice. And what it is, 2 cups of rice, you're going to go with 3 cups of liquid. And the reason why I'm using 2 cups of chicken broth to that 1 cup of water, that 1 cup of water is going to help offset that bouillon, this ground bouillon, okay? So I won't have all that salty flavor. You understand? You know what I mean? And you can add a little bit of salt to your taste if that's what you would like to do. But you know, bouillon and chicken broth is you can get low sodium, but you know, you can add a little bit salt to your taste. But if I was going to add a little bit more salt, I would use the pink salt, you know, preferably, or the sea salt. So I'm going to turn my fire on because I want to go and get that garlic all toasty. And I know it's ready because I'm going to what? I'm going to smell it. It's going to give off that aroma. So I'm going to get that in here. And once all that starts to smell down, I get an aroma. You know your garlic is ready when you start smelling it because it's going to give off a really good aroma to it. And I already got the chops in. They have 51 more minutes to go. So let's get this heated up so I can get all that goodness hitting my nose. Okay, I'm going to I got that, it's smelling. I'm going to put my onions and my peppers in. Yeah, throw my peppers. And I'm going to get that all nice. Get this going in. With just a sprinkle of salt. Just a sprinkle. That is a sprinkle. Haha. Go ahead and add my black pepper in. Until they are what they call translucent. You don't have to cook them till they like really soft. That's not necessary. Because they're going to cook. The reason why you don't want to cook them till they all nice and translucent, because they're going to cook inside your rice. You don't cook your rice till it's mushy, do you? No. You don't want to do that. So you want to, you know, you don't, So you want to, I just prefer to just keep tossing them around. You know, really, really good. You know, some of you may like to cook yours so they're nice and, you know, really soft, but they're going to cook. And I'm going to tell you, when you cook on them like that and they're going to cook, you're going to lose a lot of your flavor during this process, and you won't hardly have any left for your rice. And you don't want to do that. And you want them to retain a lot of the color. So what we're going to do, we're going to add our rice. Okay, we're going to go ahead, we're going to add our rice. I'm going to go ahead and toss my rice around in here. I'm going to add my thyme and my bouillon for the housekeeping. And if you need to drizzle in more oil, go right ahead. Spritz it, spritz it, spritz it. Those things are really good to have, the little spritzers. You do that. Okay, my finger locked up for a second. Gonna add my turmeric. Give it this beautiful yellow color. I love the smell of turmeric. Turmeric and saffron, I love to smell them. And what else I like to smell? Well, shoot, I like to smell a lot of stuff. Oh! Sleeping Beauty is downstairs. This little noisy self. Kaylin went up there and got him because he was not going to shut up. But no one told him to go. You go up there again, you're going to stay up there until it's time to go to bed. See what I'm doing? What I'm doing is getting all this turmeric going through here. Now, I am going to add my chicken broth. I'm going to add my water. Stir this around. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? That's what I'm saying, guys. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to add my bay leaves. Now, you're not going to leave these in here. Once your rice is done, you're going to remove these bay leaves. This is adding just some good, really good flavor. That's it. Just adding some really good flavor to it. And this is it. We're just going to leave that alone. And we'll be back. Oh, family meeting. Cover. I forgot to tell you, cover this. Make sure your rice is covered and just cook it on low heat. It takes about 20 minutes, sometimes 25. So you're going to cook this down, and because I'm using Uncle Ben's, that rice is what they call parboiled. So it's not going to take, it doesn't take 30, 40 minutes to cook this type of rice. Okay, at this point in time, look at there. Look, doesn't that look good? Yum, 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 yum. I'm going to take my bay leaves out at this point. I'm going to remove my bay leaves. Throw those over there for a little housekeeping. But I want to scrape off my goodness before I throw those over there for a little housekeeping. And as you can see, look at all that succulent. See how easy this was? You can do this yourself, and you can control how much sodium goes into your yellow rice. You get to control what's in it. You get to control how much sodium, how much of this and that and the other goes into it. Yum, 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 yum. I think I want to add some more black pepper. Because you don't want your rice mushy. Your rice shouldn't be crunchy either now. Your rice should not be mushy. Yum, 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 yum. So I'm going to turn this heat off and get this in a bowl. But I need you guys to look at it. Look at this. Let me get some of these veggies up in here. Look at that. Yum, 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 yum. Look at there. You got your peppers and you know, when these different color, don't use yellow peppers because you won't be able to see them. Look at that goodness. And always taste it. You always have a little tasty, which the auntie get a little tasty spoon. It's a good idea to keep plasticware on hand. Yum, yum. Perfect. It's a really good idea to keep plasticware on hand. Just for tasties. Because you can always throw them in a dishwasher with a little bleach added to your dish detergent, okay? All right, and I'm going to get this in a bowl. Look at all those beautiful colors of peppers. Now, if you were going to put tomatoes in this, I would suggest you use sun-dried tomatoes as opposed to what are those tomatoes? Cherry tomatoes by Dyson Mahab. I would suggest you use sun-dried tomatoes. If you're going to add tomatoes to this, you can. I would suggest you use sun-dried tomatoes. If you wanted to, you can even add a little broccoli in here. You wanted some more greenery. You know, this will be your rice. You can make it yourself, but make sure you definitely, that turmeric is what gives it this beautiful color. And that seasoning and everything just comes together so wonderfully. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. And like I said, you compare this with some veggies or protein, any protein you like, or any other vegetables you like. You know, you can compare this with anything that you wish to have with your meal. Let's check on our pork chops. Well, Caitlin and Carolyn on pork chops.